Alright, good morning folks. It's somewhere between 0 and 1 degrees, which means no frosty breath, but it's still cold. We are in Perth today, Perth, Ontario, population 6,000. And we are racing at a park, recreational complex. Kids are in the car, bundled up with the dog, and I'm gonna go do a pre-ride. Start over here. Okay, Perth. Starts off with a bit of basketball. I'm just kidding. All right. Easy to know which way the course goes. Red on the right, yellow on the left. See something weird over here. Looks like the hill is eased back and forth.
It's gonna hurt a little bit.
Some straightaways there. Oh yeah, here we go. A little loop here. It's cold out, but the ground's still soft enough. That's gonna give the legs a workout. Oh shoot. That was a big rut. Big rut back there. Bottomed out my pedal. A little windy. Oh, here's one of our run-ups. Cute. A little wet back here. Okay, what's going on here? Oh. Twisty McTwist face. Oh, nice. I like this. Yeah. Ooh. Sandy and loose. Awesome. God, that's gonna be fun to get through. Let's go through that again. Okay. Come in. Pull over here. Oh! Gonna have to cut that out. Okay. I'm just running this. So I hurt my finger, hurt my thumb, and slammed on my shoulder. I hit a piece of plastic that was on the trail, and it slid my front tire and turned it. Like 3 inches by 3 inches. My tire stuck on it and slipped out underneath. Freak accident. Well, this feels like one of the longer courses we've had yet. And here's the hill.
I thought you said don't go underneath.
Oh, massive ruts in the side of this hill. Awesome. Deceptive course. Looks flat and easy, but grass is soul sucking. Off camber with big divots. All right, here we go. One lap. About 1.4 miles. All right, this is warm up, or keep warm. I think I'm the only person with short sleeves on. It's getting windier, awesome.
It would be a beautiful day if it wasn't fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this is the start of the men's 9 a.m. There are so many categories in this, I'm afraid to look it up. But here we go. What is running in the morning? There's under 15 boys, under 17 boys, under 19 or junior men, Master B 40 to 49 men, that's me, Master C 50 to 59 men, Master D 60 to 69 men, Master E 70 plus men, and then novice men. So, in this race, there's in total, what you just saw starting was about 113 people, I think it was. So in my category, there was 47, 48, 49 people started, 2 did not finish, and I ended in 43rd position today, partially due to some mishaps you're going to see in a little bit. And yeah, there was 113 men in total. Of that, I finished 87th today. So unlike the races I've done in the past, where they release the groups of riders to categories, as I just named off there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different categories racing at this time. So they usually release them in like 30 seconds in between each one, up to a minute or so in some races I've done. Here, they basically let the top 20 men in the of the entire category basically start at once, and then I think it's like 5-10 seconds later, they release the rest of us. So you can see there's a pretty big gaggle of people as we get into any of the trickier ones. So I hopped off my bike here is what I just said, and someone was like, that's a good idea. So I got past a few people there like that. Now during practice you saw I fell down, so I said I'm just going to walk or run this when I get here. So you see I jump off here early and I start passing people. And it was a little tricky to get past without, kind of like knocking into anybody. Tried to make sure I didn't bump anybody, block them too bad. But I did this every single lap, and I either passed people or I kept up to them as I basically went through running that section instead of trying to ride the flat, really loose sand. And I felt that was the best way to go about it. So what happened during the practice? I fell down in that section and I didn't notice, but what I'm about to run into here is that my derailleur is going to go into my spokes once we hit the big hill and I go all the way to my granny gear. So my derailleur goes into my spokes and starts ticking against my spokes, and I'm going to do a field repair which bends it such that I can only use one gear. So I'm also telling you all this right now because I did talk about this during the race once I could breathe again. But the GoPro freaks out shortly and the built-in stabilization goes crazy and it starts to jitter up and down. So I'll let you see a little bit of that before I save you from the rest of it. And I'll just cut to the end where I basically talk a bit about the race. So coming up here, I'm gearing down in my granny gear. It's slow with a group of people. And you're going to start to hear a ticking. You hear that? Tick, 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 tick. So I jump off the bike to try and figure out what's on the go. Because I looked down, I couldn't see what the problem was. And you can see the jitter here that's going on. And I'm basically going to stop closer to the top here. And I look down and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, is it just like a leaf or something I stuck in there? But it's not. So when I end up bending the derailleur out, it gets so out of line that it won't shift between basically any gear except for the middle one on the back. So I end up in about a 40-28 maybe gear ratio, which this bike comes with a gear ratio on the back that goes up to a granny gear of 32 teeth. I have a 42 tooth on it. So I have a really big pancake granny gear on it, which is great for steep hills. But I got stuck in 28, which is something I would use on a mild grade. So what ends up happening is that as the race goes on, I try to use different gears. They keep skipping, which means I slip out, the gears slip out on me and they're not holding as I'm trying to climb something or if I'm trying to pedal hard on the flats. And so that is just really annoying and it's very difficult. And you have a danger of getting chain suck or your chain just popping off. So I was frustrated and I didn't want to continue riding on the second lap. But I said, okay, what can I control? There's one gear that works and is not skipping. So I'll go in that gear. Everything that's a hill that I get too slow on, I'll jump off and run. And I'll see how well I can do with just that. And so it worked out pretty good. I finished basically 3 spots worse than in my category and 7 spots worse in the overall than I have in previous races. So I didn't lose too much from it. And one thing I did lose was I didn't have the ability to climb the hills as easy. The other thing I lost was on the flats, I couldn't get into a high enough gear basically to just get more power. So I couldn't generate as much power on the flats. I was just basically spinning for all I was worth. So here you can hear the gears grinding.
Come on. Gears won't stay
So this is the second lap.
in gear.
So
Chain.
I'm going to save you from the rest of it because the jittering doesn't get any better.
Pop it up.
And that's a GoPro 7, brand new. Don't know what's wrong there. Maybe they can't handle grass, bumpy grass. What you're going to see here in a minute is the gentleman that was just next to me there. He's going to crash here going up this hill. And he didn't get the finish, so I'm not sure why yet, but he had a pretty big fall. Let's switch back to home where I am going to give a little rundown of just this race. So it was frustrating. I wanted to quit on that first lap going into the start, or sorry, the finish line. I was just flustered and I wanted to quit the race and just say enough of this. But I decided, you know what can I control? I can put the gear into the one that's not skipping and I can ride it and see what I can ride with it, and what I can't ride, I'll run. That's what I did. So till next time, even if it's cold, even if it's windy, go ride your bike. It's fun. See you later.